Warm welcome to the most authoritative sporting channel here on social media. This is your boy Ahmed. Like I have said time without number that nothing surprises me in the sports of boxing. Saul Canelo Alvarez is expected to take on Jake the Problem Child Paul on the 3rd of May. This will be the biggest financial reward and fight in the history of boxing. Let's all not blame Saul Canelo Alvarez for not giving us the Bud Crawford fight. The Bud Crawford fight will still be there for Saul Canelo Alvarez to take later this year or early next year. So let's all not get pissed at Saul Canelo Alvarez. Let's look at the financial reward and aspect for Saul Canelo Alvarez, because this is a pure financial decision. If you were a brother to Canelo or an advisor to Canelo, you know that Jake Paul will not pose any skill problem for Canelo, but the financial reward would be great, and you would advise him to go the route of Canelo. The legacy of Canelo is cemented. In my opinion, he is the greatest Mexican of all time. I think that his legacy or things he has done in the sports of boxing, he has surpassed that of Julio Cesar Chavez, 4 division world champion and undisputed world champion. What else does this man need to do in order to be in your good books? He has done a lot for the sports, and he going for the financial reward. I have never blamed him. I believe this fight is happening because someone like Eddie Hearn, who is very close or had very good relationship with Saul Canelo Alvarez, is reported to have been quoted that Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Jake Paul is signed. And Jake Paul has also taken to Twitter to say that he is the A fight in every fight, and this fight will not be an exception. What is the fight? What fight is he talking about? He is talking about the upcoming bout with Canelo Alvarez. I think that this particular fight will do over 2 million pay-per-view bouts. That would surpass Floyd Money Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, and that, I tell you, will get Floyd very pissed, because Floyd has always bragged that he is the biggest selling man in boxing, and if Canelo, who is his old foe, is able to surpass him, then what would Floyd brag about again? You don't know. Floyd would always come up with something new. But kudos to Jake Paul. He is the smartest entertainer I have seen. He started this particular campaign right from his first bouts that he would beat Saul Canelo Alvarez, and see, he is getting the opportunity on the 3rd of May. Jake Paul has 12 fights. He has won 11, lost 1 to Tommy Fury. He is 28 years. He stands at 6'1", and his reach is 78 inches. Whilst Canelo Alvarez has fought 66 times, winning 62, drawing 2, and losing 2. He is 34 years, stands at 5'8", and has a 71 age range. So that is the profile or the tail of the tape for both fighters, and I think it's a very interesting one. The Ring magazine has also reported that His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh has put discussion with Saul Canelo Alvarez on hold and is looking forward in making Crawford versus Booth. This is a very good fight in terms of boxing skill and ability by all standard. Crawford versus Booth, the winner can go on to make great things. Crawford's legacy is very cemented. Booth would be the hungrier of the two fighters, so there's a lot to play for. I think that Canelo Alvarez sees that if he loses to Crawford, he doesn't get the Jake Paul fight, or the Jake Paul fight will not be as big as it would be. But if he is able to take the Jake Paul fight and beat Jake Paul, the Crawford fight would always be there for him. But one thing that is making me scared for Canelo is that Jake Paul last fought at heavyweight, and this fight happens at heavyweight. That means that Canelo would have to come down to 168 pounds, and I think that if Canelo, after fighting with Jake Paul, comes to 168 pounds, he loses the fight. History has told us so. Roy Jones Jr. and Antonio Trevor tells us that because they went up to heavyweight, came down and they lost their fight. And it would be so much physically draining on Canelo for him to go to heavyweight and come down to super middleweight in order to compete against Bud Crawford. It would then be a dangerous fight for him, and I would not pick him as favorite. But I'm not so mad at Canelo for trying to change the financial fortune of his family. It's a good opportunity. I think that those that would be fighting on the undercard should be able to take opportunity to gain new fans for themselves, because there would be a lot of casual Jake Paul following on this particular fight, and they need to attract them by putting up a good performance for them to be able to for the new fans to want to see them fight anytime they step into the squared circle. So I think that there is a positive side to this, because the sports would get new people to be interested in, and everybody in the food chain or in the boxing economy needs to take advantage in order to retain these new fans and help the sports grow. That is my humble opinion, and this is my initial take. I just hope that I'm invited to this show for the on the 3rd of May. But let's see, you never know. I have my fingers crossed. We all want to grow in terms of taking up new opportunities. So I just hope that I get an invitation to cover this particular fight for Africa and Ghana at large. If you have not subscribed to this point, please do me a favor by hitting the subscribe button, press the bell icon, express your views in the comment section, and share so others can enjoy. Thank you.